Hey guys, TheWarlemming here. As you have obviously noticed, I finally bothered to get a microphone, so I'm going to start adding commentary to all of my videos. People asked me to make a tutorial for my space cannon. Now, it's been a while since I built this, so it's going to take a bit of getting used to it again, but let's see what could happen. Basically, the whole way the cannon works, right, is you want the entire thing to explode on all sides around you, but that unfortunately requires hacking your health because it's not possible to survive the cannon detonation without cheated health. The bigger version of the cannon I made caused me 1500 damage on firing. You also need an abnormally large amount of stone and redstone. You could probably collect the redstone, the stone, everything else, even the TNT if you made a mob trap yourself, but if you want to save time you probably want to just add that in again. I haven't actually fixed the water graphics since the last got patched, so the water's a bit funky at the moment, but that's not really a problem. That's a slow job. Now what am I doing? Ah, yes. Good. That will be your launching pad, so once time comes you'll be standing on that block. But now we need a funnel. Yes. See, I remember what I'm doing. We should leave one side open. This is where you'll be shot out of. You'll need entrance here. Of course, it requires swimming into it, but there's nothing you can really do to get around that. Once you've made the center, you'll need to make your outer ring. This is, if you haven't noticed already, it's a lot like making the multi-directional cannon from my last tutorial, but this time instead of having a large central tube, I'm thinking, see it over there, the outer tube is what's going to be lined all the way to the top of the world, or at least as far as we want. In this one I'll only go to 10 levels. You can have as many levels as you can fit. Now the biggest challenge of building these things is the wiring. It's a nightmare when you've seen it for yourself. Like, generally you have to decide on how many levels in advance because you cannot add more once you've done your wiring. It turns into a nightmare. We can add more, it's just, yeah, it's not fun. I guess we're going to need a way up. Let's start by putting the redstone wire line down. This is more of a test, and I can also use it to light the rest of it later. So a single torch can light the entire way around, but more importantly, can we go from several blocks back? Okay, so after 4 blocks it can't actually loop the whole way around. But that's okay, because the whole point of this is we're actually going to be having alternate staircases. So you'll need to loop up like this. And once you've decided on how high you want this, you'll need to go back down and remove all the extra blocks from each placement. So I'll just start from that and go all the way back down. This will be done on both ends. Now, with my last cannon, I built each layer with a free space gap, which is the minimum. You need headroom so that you can place your TNT each test. But if you go 4, then that means you can actually place each of these levels will line up properly each time, which was the biggest problem I had last time. It's a trade-off between extra height versus like extra lining up versus saving space. This time around I'm going to go 4 because it's easier to work with. So each time you reach this block, you want to make another ring. Now, a warning in advance for this cannon is it's not very stable. Unfortunately, because of the way the cannon works with these rings, generally you'll find that each time you fire it, it will probably blow up part of it. So basically, you want to get it right the first time, and preferably back up your weld once you have. You'll find when you're building cannons, you want to basically back up all the time, because you'll cause mistakes. It comes with blowing stuff up like these. Don't expect to get this right the first time, it's not easy to do. I've been building cannons for months, but it's really fun. Okay, that'll do for now. The biggest limiter for this cannon is the TNT drop height, which is the whole reason why you need space conservation, because unfortunately the TNT can take so long to reach the bottom that it actually detonates mid-air, and that's obviously no good. So you will need to make as much space as you can, maybe even try to make it a 2-level one and make an outer ring so you can place TNT within. That would allow you to have even more rings and get even more height out of it. Yeah, this is actually taking a lot longer than I expected, so I'll actually make it only 5 levels. If any more, it would probably take up too much video time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, down, 4, 5. Sorry for the video quality, I actually haven't set it to high definition, so yeah, I guess that's the price to pay for this. So I have to set my stone back up, almost out. So that's the thing, right, is that these cannons are huge, consume massive amounts of stone. But it's totally worth it. Oh, and look, nighttime. Okay, so I'll be right back, just gotta reset those two things. Much better. Okay. Now that's the preliminary work done. With that done, now it's the first step of wiring up this horrible mess. For starts, we can place red wire on all the pathways and all the inner areas here. Back up the stairs. This is the easy part, by the way. Like, at this stage, it's, not too much trouble. Except if you do that. It's once we have built all this and are trying to wire up the actual triggers for it all, where these giant networks of wires just to make it work. Cool, that's undone. And back down I go. Hey, sorry about the background noise. I didn't exit a game and now I've got, people talking to me. But Okay. And I think that's it. Cool. That's the easy part done. Now we actually need to add wires to set it all off. And that's pain because I usually have to think about this well in advance to make it work. Also I'm lagging for some reason, I don't know why.